could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression.
G'day everyone and welcome back. Just a quick update from Starseeds and Patriots of Down Under. How are we all? Hope you're all doing well wherever you might be across the globe or across Australia. Yeah, just a quick update today. I've just got a few things I've written down that I've got coming up for Starseeds and Patriots of Down Under, and it looks like things might be progressing pretty quickly very shortly, I'm hoping. And the experiences that are going to be had are going to be actually quite beautiful, and I'm looking forward to a lot of it. But yeah, just look, stepping straight to it. I'm not going to muck around because I've got quite a lot to do today and prepare for before this afternoon, and that all entails and segueing directly into what I'm doing now with what I'm about to read you. Okay, so first of all, we've got our updates coming up for what's happening, as I said, for Starseeds. We're actually moving, as I said in a previous video, to doing interviews. And I'm proud to say that today is the first day that I will actually be doing my first recording with my very first official guest, and his name is Mr. Stefan Daniel of the UK. Okay, now Stefan is ex-military from, well, formerly Her Majesty's Armed Services. Now we'll just call it the British Armed Services because, as we all know, the monarchy has fallen, or is in the process publicly falling. Okay, now Stefan has seen quite a lot of frontline work and activity in his time. He's actually a tank gunner originally, was in service in the British Armed Services. He's also seen both Gulf Wars, first and second. He's seen Bosnia, Kosovo, and done private contract work for the UN, and also done ops in Canada. Okay, now Stefan actually runs the WarriorWithin project, okay? Now, the WarriorWithin project, I've got to say, for all of you that don't know what the WarriorWithin project is, it's an amazing organisation run by Stefan, where he is actually giving back to veterans and the youth of Plymouth, UK, which is the area in which Stefan resides. Now, what he does with the WarriorWithin project is he actually provides training and training modalities and mind, body, spirit modalities in order to bring their, especially the veterans, back to a peace of mind and body and spirit within themselves where they feel like they can function and be a part of an integral part of society, so they feel more socially acceptable. Because as we know, a lot of veterans come home from war with a lot of ailments such as PTSD, stress, anxiety, shell shock, loss of limbs from IEDs, having to lose, those limbs in the process of, unfortunately, and so many other different ailments they come home with, and in the process of this, sometimes some veterans unfortunately lose their way. They also lose sometimes their marriages and their partners and their children along the way, from being separated. Even homelessness is some of the things that most veterans are being faced, especially in the 21st century that we're in right now, especially. And shame on you governments for not taking care of those that have shed so much and sacrificed so much on the battlefield. Yeah, your freedoms, government, or the government, have a lot to answer for. Let's just say that. I won't get started. But what Stefan does precisely is that he gives training specifically in kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai, meditation, yoga, and other healing modalities, as well as mind, body, spirit, such as doing steam rooms to get rid of excess toxins as well. Okay, he also does he also will be talking about his own personal experiences of his own personal awakening over the years. Okay. He's also had a period of homelessness that he faced as well, which he has overcome in order to be where he is today. I mean, look where, one can be if one decides to choose to overcome and face their fears, anxieties, and ailments, so to speak, that can hold us back as such. And he found a way that worked for him that is now working for not only veterans, but also youth of the area. Okay. Now, the youth of the area, they face, like any youth in any society, the peer pressures of drinking, alcoholism, drugs, gangs, all of them. I won't say all of them, okay, but they also face home abuse, rape, trauma, extensive. Okay, you just know the list. Okay, I won't go into it. But he helps these kids overcome these things by giving them training, core strengths, belief structures, etc., as well, and mind, body, spirit, etc., to overcome essentially everything that they've been suffering and or going through, or that has gotten them to where they were. And in doing that, it gives these kids a great thing to strive for, is by being a part of something so awesome. They actually have a future to look forward to. But not only that, skills and tools within their mindset, their tool belt, so to speak, on how to approach the world and everyday life and things that they might face without any fear. Okay, and I've got to say, I mean, for someone to go through as much as he has been through since 18 years of age, especially since joining, to where he is now as a father and also as a veteran and also leader in his community, to overcome as much as he has and the adversity that he's faced, to be where he is now, shows a true strength of character and courageousness that is amazingly inspiring for any man or any veteran alike, or any youth to aspire to be or become like. And I truly suggest that everyone, just if you can, please tune in and have a look at that video that'll be coming up, possibly being posted this Tuesday or Wednesday after I've done the editing process and getting my intro and outro added to it and everything like that. And it's going to be an amazing experience. I implore you to come and join myself and Stefan on his journey and all of his experiences that he had along the way. He's also in the process of writing a book as well, and Stefan has actually been invited back to come and talk to us in the future, especially when that book is being released. So we'll be actually one of the first people to be able to premiere Stefan and his book on Starseeds of Patriots Down Under. So this is going to be a privilege to be able to work and open up with Stefan in the future, because the doors that are open to not just veterans that see this channel here in Australia, but also that I am passing on Stefan's information to a very beautiful and awesome trusted voice within Australia that you all know as well, by the name of Mr. Carl Liebold from Voice of Freedom. Now, as you know, Mr. Carl Liebold has quite a lot of following, a lot more than what I do, and is in a position, better than I am to be able to put forth Mr. Stefan Daniels' story and his training modalities and what he is doing now for veterans, especially here within Australia, because a lot of veterans do actually tune in to Carl's channel on Voice of Freedom. Now, any of you that don't know who Voice of Freedom are, that are out there in America, that are on my friends list and actually followers of this channel as well, please check out VOF channel on YouTube, or go to projectmatilda.com. Okay, I'll leave the links in the description for this down below, so you can hit them and go and actually join up and give that guy a big like, share and subscribe, and leave a comment if you can. And guys, it's all about supporting one another, eh? That's what this is all about. Carl has asked if I would, because I've told Carl about Stefan's story and his journey and what he's doing and how he's promoting himself and presenting to the world and what he's doing for veterans and youth alike. And Carl was fascinated by it, and he said, mate, I need the details. I'd love to talk to this guy. So I'm actually in the process of actually catching up with Carl this week at an actual luncheon that we're having at Redcliffe here, where I live. And we're going to be talking about that, and also some other things that are going to be coming up for myself and Carl. We've got some amazing things in the pipeline that are going to be happening possibly in the future. We've got possibly talks of an ancient night or esoteric teachings or wisdom teachings night, due to the fact that there is a flip side to every story as well. Now, I'm a great follower of Carl's, and I love Carl's work, and I love everything that everyone is contributing within that channel and what they bring forth, and doing My Place and bringing all the beautiful patriots. And there are starseeds amongst them. I have seen them in the live chats and spoken to them, and it's amazing how many people do actually have a sense of understanding here in Australia. But unfortunately, there is a lacking of, and Carl and I agree. And I'm sure Guru and the Galactic Larrikins, my brothers, all these guys, I love yous, would all agree that there's a lacking of. Darren Bergworth as well. Sorry, can't forget you, mate. Jesus. All of these beautiful gentlemen would personally agree with me that there is a lacking of backbone within the Australian populace to stand up, so to speak. And there has become quite a bit of complacency in the last year since the so-called LDs that we're all facing globally. Won't say the word, okay, but it's just we would all agree wholeheartedly that there is a lacking of, and that's why now I'm stepping up, because I actually have quite a lot of information, and as I said, there's a flip side to the story. They concentrate. A lot of the guys that I have been following online here in Australia, they do have a lot of greater understanding of the Magna Carta 1215 than I do, but I find it fascinating to be able to sit down and listen and learn from those that can teach me. These gentlemen are mentors to me, so that I am filling my mind with information, so that I am armed with the best possible weapons, not weapons, okay, weapon, okay, this is my weapon, okay, armed with the best possible weapon that can possibly get me through and navigate through all the bullshit that's coming, okay? Now, these guys have taught me a lot about law, L-O-R-E, not L-A-W, okay? L-O-R-E, as in common, not just common law, but law of the land, and being sovereign, not being a sovereign citizen. There's a big difference between sovereignty, being a sovereign, and being sovereign citizen, okay? There's a massive difference. For any of you that don't know, I suggest go and look up the Magna Carta 1215, or go and have a look at Carl Liebold's previous videos on either projectmatilda.com or on his channels of Voice of Freedom on YouTube or Nun2K. I'm not too sure about the Voice of Freedom one. I think it has been taken down at this stage, but definitely on Nun2K. That's N-U-N-N with a 2, okay, K. All right. And whatever other channels, because they are highly informative information videos about your rights, your human rights, and the law that also supports you as of your birth. It is your birthrights. Okay, so I find that this is actually what I call a learning center. Well, they call it the Magna Carta Learning Center as such, but I call it for myself a learning center for where I go to inform myself. So for any of you who don't know, please, as I said, go and see Carl Liebold's channels, give him a like, share him, subscribe to his channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment if you can, guys, because all the support he can get right now would be greatly appreciated. Every thumbs up also, and every share actually activates an algorithm within YouTube that actually allows our videos to get out to a wider variety of audience and bring in people, so that we are all actually networking and supporting one another, okay? So, yeah, please just remember the thumbs up algorithm is always something that holds up everything for us. If you don't hit that thumb, we don't get out there as much, okay? So I can't put that across to you enough, and I thank you for doing it, and just in respect straight away, from my heart. Just for doing that for us, because our community depends on you, the people. We do this out of love. We do this out of I take no money. Okay, I'm not monetized by YouTube. I don't allow videos in my YouTube videos of any sort. I don't take monetization from Rumble as well, as much as I've only got 1 cent built up in Rumble's account in earnings, but that's okay. But I won't take it even if there was $100 there. People, out there are unfortunately doing things for other reasons, and I won't go into, but that's okay. They're all on their own path. Okay, but we as people, myself, Carl, Guru, Galactic Larrikins, Darren Bergworth, so many others, I haven't got the time, unfortunately, to mention right now. I apologize, but all of us, we have the backbones and are standing up for you. We are giving you the information that you need to know. And in saying that, as I said, myself and Carl will be getting together and getting a possible esoteric night or an ancient history night where I myself show you, the people, information that has been held back, suppressed by those in power, that have rewritten history in their favor, being the victorious in war, that has left out the most important things that you could possibly ever imagine. And this information has been confirmed and validated by many, many different sources that I'm actually, when I do these videos with Carl, I'll also be providing the links as well. For any of you that want to get a little bit of a head start, that want to inform yourselves now, possibly, I suggest highly, because if you want to keep up with what I'm about to bring forth to the Australian community of disclosure and truthers, you need to inform yourselves, because what I'm going to present is going to blow your minds, and it completely will throw your religious dogma out the window, because we all know that religious indoctrination systems have been made to be a control system to keep you in fear and stop you from becoming or evolving to everything that you can be, to also keep you fear what is also coming from up there. And it's in Revelations. And I'm not a religious man, but I believe in the ancient texts that the original Bible was written from. Okay, I believe in the original text that the Bible was written from, such as the Dead Sea Scrolls. But going back further than that, if you want to go back to the cuneiform Sumerian texts of Sumeria, ancient Sumer, okay, the cities of Nippur, the city of Eridu, the city of Ur, okay, these cities are now gone to the pages of history, but they're now known as modern day Iraq. Okay, and there is some amazing information that I'm going to share with you. But if you want to go and get, as I said, a head start, go and have a look at Dr. Michael Salla at exopolitics.org, okay, or his YouTube channel, I should say, and give him a like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because Dr. Salla is the spearhead in the global off-world disclosure of what's going on. And a good friend and colleague of his by the name of Elena Dedan, the lovely sister to us all, who has been to a degree, a mother to us all as well. She is a sister and a mother to us, and a great mentor and guide. I cannot stress enough how much she's, especially some of you beautiful women that are out there that are embracing your divine feminine self as well as your warrior self, goddess within. If you want to see what the perfect definition of a divine warrior goddess spirit within the incorporated physical self looks like, I suggest highly go and actually listen to Miss Elena Denan, Elena Denan on YouTube, or elenadenan.org. Okay, and just hit her, like, share, and subscribe. Give her a massive thumbs up as well. As I said, the algorithms, hit the notification bell, and if you can, leave her a comment as well. She is not off this rocker. Okay, she is out of this world. She is everything and all that all women should aspire to be. As Mr. Stefan Daniel is a great example of what all men should try to aspire to be also. Okay, so that's something that I ask, please, of all of you. Go and check out those two channels, Elena Denana and Dr. Michael Salla, because when myself and Carl get going and this actually starts moving forward, this will happen in such a way, you will need to actually have information. So if you want to ask questions, myself, I'll be answering the questions whilst we are doing the live, because it's imperative that you have the information to arm yourselves. As I said, your mind is your weapon. Okay, you are the warrior. This is the weapon. You no longer need weapons. Okay, your mind is the weapon, and to get through the questions, you need to have that information. To formulate the good questions that you would like to ask, you need that good information. So I highly suggest go and check them out if you just want to keep up with me, because this is going to be changing the narrative to a degree, and a lot of you aren't going to really feel comfortable with what I have to present, but it is truth, and it has been factualized, backed up, and the data is true and correct. And it's something that I had to get my head around at first, but when I saw the parallels and correlations between different civilizations and cultures all speaking the same thing, there was no denying that they were all interacting with the same group of beings that were going around the world teaching them. Okay? So I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and blow smoke out your backside. Okay? That's the Aussie way of saying things. Sorry, guys. Okay? But that is the truth, and truth is truth, and we stand by it. And there's no reason for us to lie. We have nothing to gain from this. I have no reason to put you on a negative path or negative source or a negative entity of energy or anything like that. I have no reason to, in any way, shape or form. Okay, sorry, just going to have a quick cover. So, it's going to be an interesting show. It's going to be an awesome history lesson in itself. There's esoteric teachings, spiritual teachings, and wisdom teachings amongst it as well. And there are many, many parallels that we can also put between Hollywood movies that have been put out there in the last 40 to 60, 80, maybe years, where we can draw some of that information and parallel it to actual real esoteric and wisdom teachings that are actually been written and documented throughout history. And it's going to blow your minds. It blew my mind, as I said. But once I saw it and I accepted the information, as we do over time, once we see it is to be true and correct, the easier it is to swallow and the easier it is to get your head around, the more that you want to research it. And the more you want to research it, as we know, we want to know more. Okay? Because our minds are sponges. Our mind's like a sponge. We're absorbing information on a rapid rate right now, more so at any time in history since we entered the galactic cloud of the equatorial galactic cloud of the Milky Way galaxy, where we had been spinning below that cloud for the last, God knows, 50-something thousand years or more, 100,000 years or more. But since 2012, our planet started spinning up into that galactic cloud that actually encompasses the Milky Way galaxy. And that is a highly charged energetic field of information that is connected to all of us. And that is why a lot of us have actually taken on and evolved and to a degree somewhat vibratorily and energetically ascended to a certain degree, to a certain frequency now where we're operating, where the information, and that's a lot of us are operating like this. Operating on a frequency where our information and downloads outside of reading and taking information in, we're actually getting downloads from this stuff, from this cloud that we're inherently connected to through the same matter that we're made from. Excuse me. And by getting that information, this is where you actually get your inspiration from, or the information has coexisted constantly throughout, okay, and that you're just drawing from it, okay? So you'll find that us as beings, for the first time in history, as I said, are taking more information on than at any other time in history, and look how much we've moved forward than any other time as well, as people, and how much we have come together on a conscious level as well. That just says a lot for how far we've moved forward in the last 2 years, especially. Okay. That's just amazing. I see that as something being very beautiful, the destination that we're heading to, obviously. And really, for me, there's nothing to fear because, as I said in the past, in past videos, there's the word fear, an acronym. You can either everything and run, or face everything and recover, or reclaim. Okay? Or reclaim. And that's all there is to it. So really, just come on board, check us all out with Carl, and if this gets off the ground, it'd be absolutely amazing to have you join myself and Carl, because it's going to be a beautiful journey as such. Sorry, I just had to move away for a second. Sorry, I just had a small slight interruption. But everyone, I just would love you to just join us, because the journey is going to be unlike anything that you have actually learned before. And it took as I said, my head quite a bit of time to get around. But once I did, the information was easy to swallow. Moving forward, I've also got another gentleman coming up very shortly by the name of NickSesh from Self Seeker. Okay, now NickSesh is a quantum healer. Okay, now he has certificates in Reiki healing, certificates 1 and 2. He's also certified in hypnosis and past life regression. Past life regression therapies, levels 1 and 2 also. Sound healing for individuals and groups. Currently, he is being assessed for his level 2 certification, and already has level 1 certification. Also, he is currently training to receive his certification 2 in breathwork, helping people with birth trauma and anxiety, depression, which also entails shadow work and inner child work. Okay. Also does animal communication, and he is also an accomplished filmmaker and photographer. What a resume. Okay, so Nick is actually going to be coming on the show, and him and I have got quite an interesting background, because Nick and I met on my alignment that I had about 3 months ago. I had a galactic alignment that happened for the first time in 27 years. Okay, and it was the most powerful weekend that I'd ever experienced in all my life, where I got to experience all 4 elements, earth, wind, fire, and water, all in one weekend. And it was an amazing experience. And Nick was a part of that. And I got to meet Nick at a meditation ceremony that weekend, where I got to experience his beautiful angel harp, which you will be also experiencing here on the channel. It's going to be an amazing experience listening to Nick, because he has a lot of skills and a lot of information that he'd love to share. And also myself and Nick are also moving into personal things that he is doing at the moment, where I actually get to be a part of that with him. And that's going to be exciting. I actually can't reveal too much about that. That is actually to remain to be a surprise at this point in time. But I heavily am looking forward to working with Nick, and what awesome things he's already revealed to me that I'm going to be involved with in the near future. And it's going to be wonderful. And I hope you can all be a part of that as well. But in saying that, I really haven't got too much more to add up to right now. I was going to say, if you can, be sure to leave like, share, and subscribe, and a thumbs up for the channel, and leave a comment below. And if you aren't subscribed already, please hit that notification bell and subscribe now, because, as I said, the algorithms get our videos out there. This has been an amazing time for me. I need to touch base quickly as well. It has been an amazing time for me in the last couple of days. It's actually been very fulfilling, because I've been able to reach out also to a couple of other individuals during just watching yesterday a video where I got to see the Typical Skeptic podcast with Robert Khalil, and talking to Savita the Starseed, and I was in the live chat, and it was just funny enough that he actually pulled up a couple of my comments, and because they have also worked with my good buddy, Robert Earl White, whom I appeared with on his channel a couple of months ago, about a month and a half ago now, they replied to me to an actual question that I'd asked in relation to possibly getting together with Robert on New Year's Eve, which was because Robert and myself are going to be possibly doing a New Year's Eve collaboration roundtable on his channel, and it's going to be something that'll be really cool, or either that on his channel or on my channel, doesn't matter. I straight after I got off that with Typical Skeptic podcast, and they said that they'd actually love to be a part of something like that. I said, get in contact with Robert and myself. Funnily enough, I thought I was actually going on to a show that Robert was doing later on, about an hour and 10 minutes later. Okay, and it turned out that it was actually not Robert's show. It was actually another Typical Skeptic podcast where Robert was appearing. So funnily enough, everything that I was, because the gentleman, Robert Khalil, actually noticed that I was in the live chat again, and he said, Starseeds is here. And he was like, Robert's like straight out giving me this massive, beautiful mention for my channel and as a person. And what I'm doing right now, and how he promoted me and promoted Stefan with, because it was a true blue, honest beautiful exchange, and I can't thank Robert enough for the promotion and just the uplifting, loving words that came from him, and making me feel accepted and so invited, and just part of something just beautiful right now. And I'm just able to just be grateful in full gratitude for the ability. Ability to be able to appear on Robert's show when I was able to be there, and having that opportunity, because it's now leading to other avenues and new doors and segueing into new beautiful things for myself and us all to basically work together and collaborate. And I'm just absolutely overwhelmed to just have the welcome that I got received also from Robert Khalil, the owner of Typical Skeptic podcast, and how interested he and Savita were also interested in possibly doing this roundtable with myself and Robert for New Year's Eve. And we're still looking for a couple more spots, because we're looking at maybe having 4 guests between myself and Robert. And it will be an awesome night, because we will be talking about spirituality, the Force, and relating the Force from Star Wars, and relating how much it goes into esoteric and spiritual wisdom teachings, and how much we can parallel the two from each other, and how much they represent the same thing. There'll be also small photo presentations, even video that we'll be also presenting. That's going to be exciting, because we'll all be actually doing a screen watch together and sharing in the moment emotionally, to seeing how much we actually emotionally connect to the vibration and frequency that is actually being shown to us in a visual form of what Source and the Force from Star Wars parallel as. And I can tell you now, I'm not afraid of showing my emotions. I'm such a Star Wars fan that it moves me in ways that most men would be told to suck it up, stop your sniveling or your crying. No, sorry, that's the most amazing, beautiful feeling I could possibly connect to, other than having my daughter being born. That was the best feeling in the world, seeing my daughter born. But this Star Wars esoteric show that we're going to be doing on New Year's Day for us in Australia, it will be. I've got to make that clear right now. It will not be a New Year's Eve here in Australia. It's actually a New Year's Eve American time. Okay, so I'll be on a New Year's Day here when myself and Robert and the roundtable will be hooking up. I'm actually going to be putting out a roundtable invitation to any of my friends here and now that are on my friends list, that are within my friends list on Facebook or anything like that are actually within this disclosure community, because I'd love to do 2 New Year's Eve parties. Okay, it'll be a 2 New Year's Eve roundtable party, totally different. It'll be an open subject topic, whatever you want to talk about, open matter, open table. Okay, I'm saving myself and Star Wars and everything that myself and Robert talked about for our show, the New Year's Day on Australian time, but New Year's Eve American time. So hopefully, if any of you are out there right now, such as my good friend Shane Watkins, if you'd love to join me, or Angel Wings, if you'd love to join as well, and get in on the fun for New Year's Eve, please hit me up in the link in the description below. I'll leave my email for you to hit me up. And Shane, you know where to come, buddy. But everyone else, I'd just love for you to, if any of you are interested that are within the community, please hit me up via Messenger if you're on my friends list, or the email below that I'll be providing, because it's going to be an epic show. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll have my lights on behind me and everything like that, and I'll be playing music and stuff as well. We'll be actually joined in unison and having just a little bit of a party time, and creating levity and a frequency and energy, a space where it's positively charged, so that we can spread that bubble out all over Redcliffe and all over Queensland. So please, I invite you all to come and join me for New Year's Eve, and any of you that would like to join me for that roundtable, please hit me up and give me a call out. I'd love to hear from you. But in saying that, people, I've actually been speaking long enough. It's for 34 minutes now exactly. And it's been an awesome morning, just briefly just speaking to you and just having this fun, just being here connected. And I just want to say thank you for everyone and being a part of my journey that's has been unfolding before me for quite a while now, and the new paths that are about to open up before me as well. I'm just in extreme gratitude and love for those of you that have been a part of that, such as Mr. Carl Liebold and the Voice of Freedom, Mr. Robert Earl White, Mr. Robert Khalil, and just so many other beautiful people that I cannot mention right now because time's getting on and I've got to get going to do things. Okay, but just in saying that, this is Chris from Starseeds and Patriots of Down Under, and I would really just love it if you could just join me when you can and give us a thumbs up and like if you can, because as I said, it helps the algorithms get out there. And yeah, go visit Voice of Freedom, give him a big thumbs up and subscribe to him as well with my good friend Carl Ebold. So yeah, in saying that, people, please take care and I'll see you next time. Starseeds and Patriots of Down Under signing out.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression.